Welcome back, guys, to another review video. I know you're on the other side of where you're usually at, but we're on this side. We're in the hot seat. And I need to do this because from these guys, I've got an LCD monitor for review. And the reason why we're over here is because I'm going to use this to connect to the camera I've been using, my DSLR. Because when I'm using it over here on my teleprompter, every now and again I'll use this if I need it for school. If I needed it for school, I'm no longer in school, but if I needed it for school for a project, or if I need it for a video or something, this thing is awesome. If there's a lot of details or something that I need to list out, I'll just go ahead and put my tablet up here and I can read with the camera on the other side. But the issue with that is I can't see what I'm recording. I don't know if I'm in frame. I don't know if the camera's tilted or off to the side. So, for the longest time, I've been wanting a small monitor that I can use, which I already have it out of the box, like this, that I can hook up via HDMI to the camera, and I can see where the heck I'm at. This is something I had a huge issue with, is getting it onto the stand itself, sliding it up to here and then tightening it. This thing is so hard to get in. I actually had to use a small Phillips head to unscrew these a little bit to kind of make it a bit looser, but I don't think that was the issue because it was still really hard to get onto there. But this, and then it pops into there, so you can have a little stand. You can also mount it. It's got the mounting points on the back. So this thing is pretty sweet. I've already set it up and used it, so I know it's awesome. You can also hook it up to your security camera system. It comes with these cables, comes with a mount for the bottom, so you can stick it somewhere. It even comes with VGA, so it comes with pretty much anything that you need to set this thing up. This is, I think, 1280 by 800. I'll go ahead and put it up here. I was wanting to get 1080p, but for this, it's a 10-inch monitor, and after using it for a little bit, I don't need 1080. I thought I would need 1080, but honestly, with a screen this small, the pixel density in this, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's as clear as day. You don't need 1080 like I thought I would. But hey, they also do have 1080s if you search for them. Like all my review videos and all my other videos, I put the link in the description, so if you want to look at it, you can. But they do have some 1080 ones for like $30-ish more, but this is under $100. Just a monitor so I can see what I'm doing. So here on the back for the mount, I've already got this thing set up. Like I said, it was kind of a pain in the butt, but there are different points of adjustability. Obviously, you can adjust it up and down along the slider and then tighten it up with this plastic wheel down here. And this one, if you loosen it up, it's actually 2 points of adjustment. Of course, up and down, but you can also do twisting like this. So it really can go in a bunch of different directions. And then you tighten it up and it's good to go. To put this thing together, this is actually in pieces. To put this together, you just take this thing all the way off. And once you take this thing all the way off, there's a bolt that goes through it, just like that. And then you just kind of put it together. You can see there's a little groove in here that you slide in to the groove here. Really easy, but I like it. And just a little caveat here for, wrong side. For my DSLR, it has HDMI, but it has mini HDMI. So I did have to go and buy an adapter. I've already got my HDMI cable. It does come with an HDMI cable, this one, but it doesn't come with the adapter. I had to buy this one separately on Amazon. I'll link that too if you guys do want to get this, but I had to pop that on so I could make it work. Down here, its I/O is pretty extensive for such a small 10-inch monitor, but you've got your power supply for 12 volt there, you've got a VGA, you've got your standard HDMI port, and then you have your different colored AV ports if you still use those. I'm pretty sure you use those for if you have a security system. USB, I'm pretty sure that's just for power supply. And then of course, BNC TV, that's gonna be a nice locking little coaxial thing. That will be for your security system, and apparently you can use up to 4 split screens for the security system if you do have one of those. So I got this set up. I've got it plugged into power right down here. I've got my HDMI all the way back here, plugged into the adapter for the camera. So if I turn the camera on, and then come down here and hit the power button, there I am on my cell phone. Hi. So I can use this setup over here to see myself, just to see if it's at the right height, the right angle, if I'm in frame. So this thing is really helpful. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm trying to get the lines on here. The pixel density is definitely not an issue. I mean, if you're using this for some sort of TV screen, then possibly. Of course, down here, it's pretty standard. If you want to switch the input, you use this little circly button thing, and you can switch between the different ones. It has AV1, AV2, I know it has HDMI, and then VGA. I think that's all of them. And then down here, if you also press this little menu icon, you get your menu. That's when you can go through and change the different colors. It took me a little while to figure this out, but you have to push this one to get the menu, and then from the menu, you have to press the little arrow things if you want to go through the side one, like this. So the adjustment, OSD, function. There's not really a whole lot of stuff on here. Yes, it does have built-in speakers, but you go through that, and then if you hit it again, then you can actually go in. See how it's highlighted? You can go in and change all the different functions on there, but it took me a while to figure that out, that once you're in here, you have to let it go away and come up again if you want to scroll through the left side. Look at the size difference. Okay, so I've got this guy plugged into my cable box so I can test the sound, and you guys can see, I guess somewhat, the video quality for something that's coming through 1080-ish, because cable sucks. Okay, so I got it working. The quality is outstanding. If you guys can see, is really good. The thing is, the volume, it's at 1 and then 0. So off and then 1 is just ridiculously loud. And it somewhat gets louder. But that's pretty much it. It starts at 0 and then goes ridiculously high. I mean, the speakers aren't that bad. It's just the sound control on them is not very good. But I don't think there's a whole lot of people that are going to be using this for sound quality. Mainly the picture quality is what I want it for, but depending on what you guys want, I'm going to go through everything like I did just to show you guys what is what. But I think the picture quality is great. Like I said, the pixel density on here is perfect because this is I think it's a 10.1. I've got it hooked up to my cable box. You can hook it up to your security system. You can hook it up to your DSLR like I am. I love it. So there you go, guys. Overall, I really like this thing. The two things that I would change about it, though, is that volume control is just, it's just not balanced. And two, I would really like to have a headphone jack. I think that would be really cool to have if you're using this definitely as a portable screen source. If you don't want to use those, there's not really anything that you can use for headphones. There's no Bluetooth or headphone jack, so that would be a cool thing when they do an updated version. But overall, this thing is going to work beautifully if I can set it up over here, or if I get a mount or something that I can mount up to one of my lights so I can see what I'm doing when I use my teleprompter, because I can't use the little screen. So I hope this was informative for all of you people, and I will see you in my next video.